Okay, so today we're going to learn about conditionals. Conditionals are conditionals in Python are built-in functions which and they can uh, choose. Meaning that if I were to say if it's raining, then get an umbrella. Else get a get a hat. Alright, let's start. Alright, we're gonna start off with a simple example. So first, we're going to do this. So we're gonna make a function. And then parenthesis, then do that. Then we'll do this. Then we're gonna say if raining equals double equals, since this is very important. And we're gonna use the return statement. And then else after that we're going to do this, and then we're going to print it out. And one important thing, you gotta do this. Input okay, we're gonna convert this to a string, and then they'll also convert this to a string. Then we're going to type here alright, that's good. Save, and then we'll start. Control F5. 4. If you want to get results quickly, Control F5. Else, click F5 to debug. No. That's it. But if I did say true, okay. And by the way, there's also this one thing concept called if inside an if. It's pretty crazy. If, however, you're going to have to do this. If you're going to make an if inside an if, then you have to remove this return and replace with a print. I mean, it's very important, because that might make your code unreachable, which is the worst kind of thing ever. Okay, we're gonna say a variable. str input yes. However, that only works if this is true. Else, it'll just skip this. It'll go to the else, this main else, and then it'll just, yeah. Let's test it. Yes. The only problem, it doesn't actually count if it is yes or true and stuff. So we're going to use a logical operator here. All right. And then for this one, or raining equals true. All right, much better. Yes. Oh, wait. Let's just add a new line marker here. Much better. Here's the problem with VS Code. It sometimes won't, like, receive the action. Let's try it again. Nice one! Just delete this instead. And yes, it is raining. Yes. Alright! But what if I said yes, no? Well, that's the problem. That's because we forgot to put a return statement here. And that gave it a none. So it's gonna be yes, no. But what if it was no at the start? What if it was no at the start? See? So basically it went from here to there to here. So it's like it went here, and then all of a sudden it went here, and then, but if this isn't true, it'll just skip all the way down here. And by the way, you can also assign something. You can also assign an if to a variable, like I did here. But when I say assign an if to a variable, I'm talking about something like, hold on, delete all this code. True. If sleepy we're going to do something funny. You can do something like this. This is a hack. Now this feels like dead code, but we're going to do something. Print is asleep. That didn't do anything because we didn't call because we didn't even call the function. Much better. He is asleep. Yeah, he is asleep. But what if else? He is awake. But what if I said untrue? Guess what would happen? He is awake. Busted. So you can do that kind of stuff. There's also another trick I would like to show you. You can also do something like this. Equals 6 if magic number equals 6. You can do this kind of stuff. Return six else Alright, hold on. Let's just add a little input. If answer now, the next thing we have to do is just ask a question. What is the number? Oh, we didn't call it. Wait a second. This is dead code. I'm gonna put a magic number. Magic number. Nice. Now we do a print. Magic number 6. Alright, let's get started. We could say 5. And just the thing, this is a parameter. That's because it's actually, you're using a variable inside a function. The only real difference with a variable, the only real difference between a variable and a parameter is that you don't need to do something like this. So you don't need to do something like this. Instead, you can actually just set it here and then let the whole thing do the work. Save it again. What is the number? 6. Yes, the magic number is 6. Alright. Alright, that's it for today's video.